Hello everyone. As you know, my name's Dave and I'm the Chief Executive of Warrington Youth Zone. I'm not going to say it. Hasn't this year flown by? Who believe our second Christmas in our home that now seems to have been here forever? We've seen many changes in the last year and a lot of learning coming from the youth club, running in someone else's building, to being responsible for not only our own building and our own venue, but maintaining it through the power crisis, near recession hitting, and affecting everyone across the town and the nation as a whole. But this challenges us to enable us to deliver more to those that need it, the families of Warrington. Yes, we are young people first, and yes, that is our first value. But the benefits of our families and the interaction we have with them and our amazing staff and youth workers is incredible. I was fortunate enough to represent the organisation at the King's coronation this year and was able to get a quick photo, as you may know, with a pair of kids from Biker Grove in Newcastle, although for any of you who aren't as old as me, Anton Deck. We've had a lot of changes in the organisation and on our board as well, bringing in new ideas so we can thrive and survive. I mentioned it previously, but it's no secret that we are a charity, and we can only open our doors through your generosity, donations, and the incredible support that we have from the Warrington community, from our founder patrons, from our supporters. At this time of year at Christmas, I'm always blown away by the generosity of individual people across Warrington, helping those next door, down the street, and in the wider community. We don't just facilitate 1,500 young people coming through our doors every week, but we support other agencies with their work across the town too. We work in partnership with a whole range of different organisations, and we're looking to do that over the coming year as well. Our building facilitates what we call universal youth work. This is exactly what it says. Young people pay £5 a year membership if they can afford to, and then each time they come in, they pay 50p. And that allows them to take part in a huge range of activities, from the climbing wall to recording their own track or videoing, making videos and editing. Our targeted programmes are something that we don't really talk about, we don't shout about them. Sometimes that is our unseen work. We do these supporting those children and young people who need a little bit more support, and that might be with the transition from primary to secondary school or other challenges they're facing in their life. What we offer is support, care and love in a warm place and an environment which is welcoming and understanding of them and their needs. We've worked with many young people through our employability offer, and our employability team have done an incredible job in reaching some of those young people who need more support than most to get into the workplace. Our mentoring team have made incredible use of the building this year as we bedded in and got used to all of the facilities that we have. And we've been able to share skills with children and young people through our mentors who've donated and volunteered their time throughout the last year to benefit over 100 young people. One of the programmes in Warrington Youth Zone I'm most proud of is Buddy Up. We launched Buddy Up in 2010. And the idea of Buddy Up was to give disabled children and young people the opportunity to have friends their own age. Not many of them did, but what they told us was they wanted to feel what they called normal. And that meant that instead of going to Scouts or the youth club or somewhere else with an adult, they wanted to be able to go with a young person their age. And so Buddy Up was born, initially with funding from Warrington Borough Council, and then we were able to secure funding from Children in Need. Children in Need have funded Buddy Up since 2010. So for the last 13, nearly 14 years, through the support of Children in Need, we've been able to buddy up disabled children and young people with children and young people in mainstream education, both of whom have had a brilliant experience and learnt so much about themselves and each other. This year we started what we call Youth in Mind. Youth in Mind provides a 7-day-a-week offer for children and young people who need someone to talk to. They may be struggling with their emotional well-being, their mental health, and we have youth workers on duty every single day of the week, every day of the year, to talk to them, to listen to them, to hear their challenges, and most importantly, to offer them a solution, a step forward, a way, an action plan, a way to move forward from where they are. And a huge, huge thank you to anyone watching this who is volunteering their time. We can't run Warrington Youth Zone without the hours and hours and hours and dedication of our army of volunteers. Equally, our staff team this year have once again done an incredible job in supporting thousands and thousands of children and young people. And I'm just going to quickly look back over the year. So as I look back, January all the way back, almost 12 months ago, we started the new year with a huge celebration around Chinese New Year, and we partnered with Mulan Culture. We had over 1,000 people come through the doors to celebrate and learn about the Chinese culture. In February, the Pledge had held the first of 2 careers events, with over again another 1,500 people coming through the building to see businesses and a range of employers, but also to see Warrington Youth Zone. Fast forward into April, we worked with a couple of incredible artists, particularly Tough Tim Twist, who helped us to turn the underpass between the bus interchange and Warrington Youth Zone into a vibrant, welcoming entry to the Youth Zone. If you've not been through there, I'd encourage you to go and have a look, as we've caught the skyline of Warrington and all of the highlights and important aspects that Warrington has to offer. Also in April, one of our team, Tom Pears, ran Train Like a Pro and involved both football and rugby league. 12 young men completed the programme. In May, we worked with Cheshire Police, who facilitated 2 high schools for Operation Sceptre to produce videos about knife crime. We also held our summer showcase and invited parents into the Youth Zone to see exactly what we do. In June, our Project Zone welcomed the Dead Good Book Club, which was fronted by local author Curtis Jobling, who you may know has created Bob the Builder. New Balance came in to see us, one of our supporters and founder patrons, and they were keen to help us in a huge amount of different ways throughout the Youth Zone. In August, our busiest month of the year, over 100 of our young people were gifted tickets for the Warrington Wolves versus Catalans Rugby League game. And the following week, some of our young people from the Buddy Up programme visited the training session with the players too. We don't just operate in the building, although it is a fantastic building. We took 60 young people during the holidays to visit Snow Camp. We had day out at Warrington Golf Club, and we also took a group of young people to Speedway racing, thanks to our support from Rock Oil. One of the things I was most proud of this summer was that we managed to get a huge amount of young people, over 120 young people, sailed with the support of our partnership with Penketh Sailing Club. Our top of the table junior football team received their own kit, which they proudly wore for the first time, designed by us and made by 1895 Sports, and our friends at New Balance gifted 100 kits to the rest of the Youth Zone. Our first ever Invest In event took part, where we invited local businesses in to support Warrington Youth Zone and to hear about the work we do. And we also hosted 3 conferences in partnership with Onside. And we had our first fashion exhibition, which took place upstairs in the Youth Zone as we paraded our upcycle fashion show. Amia came for their company away day and brought not only joy to the team, but joy to themselves as they became kids and experienced the Youth Zone. Halloween, once again this year, was a real highlight in our calendar. And although the weather was against us, we did have a brilliant time reintroducing our scare walk. We've had lots of help this year converting the rooftop area from B&Q and our volunteers have helped us to really turn the upstairs roof area into a space which we'll be able to use massively during the summer. And then to round it all off, I sit here in December. It's been an incredibly busy December. First of all, with Warrington Wolves first team coming in to share some time with our young people, taking selfies and talking to them about what they do. We've also got the holiday clubs running through the December holidays. We've got the half programme running as well. We've had 3 Christmas buddy up outings. We've had 3 shows of Oliver, which was absolutely incredible. The sleigh has been round Warrington 7 nights. We should have done 8, but we were deterred slightly by the terrible weather. And we've had donations of toys and food from organisations, individuals, businesses across the town and across the region to help us support those families who need it most. Also, some other highlights we've had this year. We had Camp Vimto, during which 10 young people from Warrington Youth Zone went on an incredible experience with Vimto, learning a lot about themselves and some new skills. We had our first birthday party back in July, during which we welcomed over 1,500 young people and their parents to the building. For the first time, we hosted the President's Cup, which is an inter-youth zone competition, and saw us welcoming over 2,000 people through the building. We've had on-site residential trips, during which we've taken 15 young people up to the Lake District for a week's residential. Throughout the school holidays, we've run our Aspire Holiday Club for children and young people with additional needs, and our holiday clubs and half programme holiday activity food have run throughout the school holidays. We work closely with Warrington Borough Council and the Care Leavers and alongside Pure Insights. Care Leavers have run a market stall throughout the year, and we've also had some big events in June when we celebrated Pride and had a march and exhibition. We've hosted a number of outside projects, including boxing clubs and our recent collaboration with Home Start. There have been a few changes in the organisation, and a few faces have joined us, and each one have played a huge part in supporting the young people of Warrington. When fatigue sets in, you remember that smile you put on a person's face by just being here, but more, just being you. If I could reach out to you all and ask you all to take time to consider your year and contribution to Warrington Youth Zone, and be your own biggest fan by reminding yourself you're enough, and without you, we might lose one smile, which is one smile too many. I look forward to 2024. We've got a huge amount of exciting opportunities coming up, including the launch and development of Baby Zone, which will allow us to welcome up to 200 preschool age children and their families into the youth zone. But for now, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, New Year, and we look forward to 2024. Thank you very much.